Today on Good Morning Maine, police investigate a pair of deadly accidents, including in Falmouth, where a truck struck a guardrail. Plus, people rally in favor of a bill that would block foreign governments from interfering in Maine elections. And the first cruise ship of the season will arrive in Bar Harbor today, which is a welcome sign for some and not so much for others. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us. Emma Smith is off at this hour. She's busy taking a test up at UMaine, and we wish her the best of luck with that. We're going to kick things off with a check of the forecast like we always do. Looks like another drizzly, rainy day on the way today, but hang in there because the sunshine will soon return. Here's Devin with the details.
All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. We have a small crowd advisory that's been extended till about 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday, as wave heights along the coast continue to remain active with our area low pressure that continues to roll through this morning. Also, a few river flood warnings remaining posted until about further notice or so because of the watery recede from the recent rainfall. We've had a little bit of precipitation that's been developing after this morning. Some rain, possibly even a few snowflakes showing up on the radar this morning as well. We'll be watching for a few more rain showers again as the day progresses on, though. This is our last day of rain. We will have a little bit late for the early period tonight, but then later on things will begin to improve. We have this area low pressure right down here continuing to track from the west going toward the east. It's pulling in some moisture from the northeast going toward the south and west. A little bit of an unusual direction, no, but it happens every now and again. We'll be watching for some of that moving in today and a little bit tonight before it starts to back off by tomorrow. So here's the chances for rain today, moving from the east going toward the west, but the clouds will start to break up as we head towards tomorrow. So by about mid-morning tomorrow, we'll start seeing those clouds break up and revealing plenty of sunshine. We'll have some wind to deal with today, getting up to around 10 to 15 miles per hour at times, sustained with some gusts up to 25 miles per hour, and a few spots will slowly start to taper off a bit as we head towards your Friday. So your forecast for today, upper 40s, some scattered rain showers possible. Also a little breezy out there, north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers possible, temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll look forward to that. Well, police say a distracted driver died after crashing into a guardrail on the Maine Turnpike in Falmouth yesterday morning. Maine State Police say the driver, identified as 59-year-old Thomas Bosma of Falmouth, became distracted around 6 a.m. He drifted off the road and then hit that guardrail, upending his pickup truck. The driver had to be extricated from the vehicle. Police say Bosma suffered serious injuries, but was alert and communicating with first responders right after the crash. However, once he was taken to Maine Medical Center, his condition rapidly deteriorated and he succumbed to his injuries. That crash remains under investigation. An 18-year-old died after the SUV her mother was driving reportedly crashed into a recycling truck in New Sharon this week. Maine State Police say a 39-year-old woman was driving a Chevy Suburban on Farmington Falls Road around 1:20 p.m. on Tuesday when she rear-ended an Archie's recycling truck while it was pulled over picking up recyclables. Police say the woman was driving with her 3 children at the time, 18-year-old Kaylee Ladd, a toddler, and also an infant. Ladd died following that crash. The mother and her other 2 children suffered minor injuries and are expected to recover. That crash also remains under investigation. It was a very close call for a Florida woman after she became stranded in Monday's stormy weather. We've learned she had to be rescued by a game warden after her car became surrounded by rising floodwaters in the town of Waterford. Game warden Harry Wigman found the 76-year-old woman around 11:20 Monday night. The warden gave Karen Palmer a flotation device and then brought her back to his truck to warm her up. She had become very hypothermic because of all the cold water entering her car. The warden also returned to her vehicle after that to retrieve her medications and other personal items that Palmer said she needed. Well, multiple people are now facing charges after police say a traffic stop led to the discovery of drugs this week. On Tuesday afternoon, an officer conducted a traffic stop on a car on Ohio Street in Bangor for an expired registration. Bangor police say the officer had cause to walk his canine partner around that car, and that's when the canine alerted, indicating the presence of illegal drugs. Police say they ended up locating a substantial amount of illegal drugs and cash inside the vehicle. 33-year-old Quentin Porter of Connecticut is now under arrest, charged with aggravated drug trafficking. 2 passengers in the car are also facing charges. 37-year-old Jennifer Saltzman of Bangor was arrested on outstanding warrants for failure to appear on drug trafficking charges. And 29-year-old Joseph Landry Nelson of Kenduskeag was charged with unlawful possession of drugs. A man from Gardner is facing numerous charges following an investigation into an alleged case of elder abuse. The Kennebec County Sheriff's Office says it began investigating reports of abuse back on April 13th and have since arrested 59-year-old David Deneen. The alleged victim is a 91-year-old family member. Deneen is now charged with endangering the welfare of a dependent person, aggravated assault with a weapon, domestic violence assault, and also criminal threatening. Deneen has already been released on $10,000 bail and has been ordered not to have contact with the victim or the witnesses in the case. In other news this morning, Mainers rallied at the State House yesterday, urging the Veterans and Legal Affairs Committee to pass a bill that would bring a major change to Maine's elections. The bill would also promote an anti-corruption amendment to the United States Constitution. Matthew Juronsik with more.
Please protect us from this type of corruption.
Supporters of LD 1610 gathered at the State House to rally and testify in favor of a bill aimed to reduce foreign government interference in Maine's elections.
These foreign entities are trying to sow confusion with their easily refuted arguments because they can't reconcile their position with this simple truth. Maine voters have the right, the responsibility, to protect our elections from foreign governments who seek to disrupt our democracy.
Should this bill become law, it would prohibit foreign government entities from making any form of contribution to influence the nomination or election of a candidate or the initiation or approval of a referendum. The proposed bill currently has 80,000 signatures and has received bipartisan support from lawmakers, including Senators Nicole Grahowski and Richard Bennett.
What we're trying to do is close the loophole here in Maine to change that law. This is a real and clear and present danger.
The legislature needs to listen to the people and do our jobs and get this passed.
Caitlin LeCase, who represents the organization Protect Maine Elections, says their message is clear. Maine is not for sale to foreign governments or wealthy campaign contributors.
The time for change is now. Today we are here to ask the legislature a simple question. Will you stand with us, the Maine voters who are trying to protect our elections? Or will you choose to stand with the very foreign governments that are disrupting our democracy?
In Augusta, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the wording has been finalized for a referendum question that voters will consider in November. It's the question that concerns replacing CMP and Versant Power with a customer-owned utility company. The Citizens Initiative is called an act to create the Pine Tree Power Company, a nonprofit customer-owned utility. Secretary of State Shenna Bellows says the finalized word will read as follows. Do you want to create a new power company governed by an elected board to acquire and operate existing for-profit electricity transmission and distribution facilities in Maine? Secretary Bellows was directed by the Maine Supreme Judicial Court to revise the question as initially drafted following a recent challenge to the initial language. The Bureau of Corporations, Elections and Commissions will be creating a citizen's guide to the 2023 election in the months ahead, and all voters are encouraged to read it and educate themselves before they head to the polls in November. The constitutionality of the upcoming legislative session is being challenged in court. Several legislators and a nonprofit called Respect Maine have joined this citizen-initiated lawsuit. Respect Maine says it advocates for a responsible government which respects both the Constitution and the people of Maine. The suit alleges that the circumstances laid out by Governor Mills in her proclamation convening the special session do not constitute the required extraordinary occasion outlined in the Maine State Constitution. They also claim the presiding officers of the legislature and Governor Mills colluded to pass a more favorable budget earlier in the year and reconvene later. In her proclamation calling for the legislative special session on March 31st, Governor Mills cited the need for legislators to attend to several matters, including, quote, the state budget, pending legislation, pending nominations of state board and commission members, and pending nominations of judicial officers by the governor requiring legislative confirmation, end quote. A proposed bill aims to modernize the Maine State Seal to better represent the people of Maine. The current Dirigo design features a seaman and a husbandman. That's what I'm trying to say. If passed, the official description of those figures would be made gender neutral. Seaman would become a sailor, while husbandman would become a farmer. The bill would also direct the Secretary of State to commission a redesign to depict one of the said figures as female. The bill's sponsor, House Majority Leader Maureen Terry of Gorham, said, quote, "A state's flag is supposed to be emblematic of the people of their state, their values, and their culture. While no flag or image can perfectly capture the complete essence of people, Maine's flag depicting a husbandman and a seaman is far too outdated. Updating the statute that describes the state flag with a language that better represents our citizens is one way we can modernize this important symbol, making it more meaningful to more Mainers. A public hearing on that bill will be held today in Augusta. Should be some interesting debate concerning that. Well, the time now is 8:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Bar Harbor is preparing to welcome the first cruise ships of the season today. An unwelcome sign for some, while others celebrate all that extra business. We'll have the story. But first, another check of that weather forecast. Looks like the rain showers will continue from time to time today. Today, the highs will be up near 48. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low around 41, followed by a partly cloudy day tomorrow. The highs on Friday around 57 degrees.
Dirt Road Acres, your #1 trusted dispensary. Dirt Road Acres provides outstanding patient consulting and services to eastern and central Maine. Located at the corner of Route 9 and Route 7 in Dixmont. Stop by and see Jen or one of the girls today. Now offering delivery.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this?
What?
Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
Dirt Road Acres, your #1 trusted dispensary. Dirt Road Acres provides outstanding patient consulting and services to eastern and central Maine. Located at the corner of Route 9 and Route 7 in Dixmont. Stop by and see Jen or one of the girls today. Now offering delivery.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out on Fox.
Buckle up, it's going to be fun.
What a play! This is where MVPs are VIPs, and where aces always come in pairs. Saturday means it's showtime for Shohei and mealtime for Manny. All the swag, all the salt, and all the slams.
Swing and a drive! Are you kidding me?
The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Welcome back, everyone. The town of Milo has issued a boil water order for all drinking water. According to town officials, a crew working on West Main Street hit a water line. The line is now repaired, but the town has to test the drinking water 3 times before they can determine whether or not it's safe to consume. They hope to release the boil water order within a couple days. For any questions, you can contact the Milo Water District at 943-2501. Again, the number is 943-2501. Their first cruise ship of the 2023 season arrives in Bar Harbor today. Meanwhile, there's an ongoing legal battle between the town and some residents over a proposal to limit the daily number of passengers allowed to disembark in Bar Harbor. But until that is settled, it is business as usual, and business owners are getting ready for the influx of visitors. Devin Dagnall has more.
On Thursday, hundreds of tourists will enter the town of Bar Harbor as passengers of the town's first cruise ship of the season. Bar Harbor interim city manager Sarah Gilbert says the Norwegian cruise ship will be arriving around 10 a.m. with over 2,000 passengers on board. With that much foot traffic, a lot of local businesses will have their work cut out for them. Jetty's bartender Bethany Harris says she and her team are up for the task.
We deal with a lot of cruise ships every year, so we're pretty prepared. We have a lot of returning staff, so we're staffed up. We do have a few more people working tomorrow than a usual May day. And we have lots of lobster, blueberry pie. It's pretty much what they come in for.
But there are some town's residents who are less than enthusiastic about the guests scheduled to visit. Last November, the town passed an initiative that would limit the total amount of cruise ship passengers allowed on shore per day, but that decision is currently being held up in court. Charles Sidman is still actively working on implementing that decision.
Townspeople have made their decision. The town council has stuck its foot further into the mess, and it's just going to be horrible and expensive for certainly the property owners, maybe the cruise ships, maybe the town, but they've made this a bad situation far worse.
In Bar Harbor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
An emergency bill to raise fees paid to redemption centers has been approved by the Maine legislature and is now heading to the governor's desk for a signature. As we have reported recently, Maine redemption centers have been struggling to stay open, mostly due to the higher costs to recycle. Owners have told us that the prices for processing have gone up, while the handling fees have stayed the same since 2019. Under the proposal, the handling fee would increase from 4.5 cents to 5.5 cents per container redeemed starting on May 1st. Then it will go up to 6 cents on September 1st. The bill is said to be a temporary fix to keep redemption centers in business while the legislature works on a modernization of the bottle bill here in Maine. Well, the time now is 8:16. Coming up after the break, harness racing returns to Bangor Racing for its 140th year. Plus, we'll have dash cam footage of an extremely close call for one Virginia deputy. We'll have those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Mother's Day is fast approaching, and we have the perfect gift right here at Quality Jewelers. Pick any mother's ring mounting, and we'll cover the cost of the stones. This deal ends Saturday, May 13th, so don't wait. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
Allow us to reintroduce the right amount of spicy. Lightly breaded and spicy tempura, made with a blend of aged cayenne. If you're meeting for the first time, lucky you. Spicy chicken McNuggets, they're back.
For a limited time, enjoy spicy chicken McNuggets or get a spicy McCrispy sandwich. Plus, you can add any size Dr. Pepper for even more refreshment.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Mother's Day is fast approaching, and we have the perfect gift right here at Quality Jewelers. Pick any mother's ring mounting, and we'll cover the cost of the stones. This deal ends Saturday, May 13th, so don't wait. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
A Bangor landmark is rolling past an historic milestone this year. Our David Ledford spoke with those who have experienced that history firsthand.
Hundreds of people clamoring to get into the grandstands to watch harness racing in Bangor.
Saddle up for an exciting summer because harness racing is back at the Bangor Raceway. This year, the business is celebrating 140 years of hosting the time-honored tradition. One employee says he's been there for nearly half that time. Ralph Canny, this year's presiding judge for the races, has held many roles at the track over the years. He started out grooming and training the horses in 1961 and worked his way up. Looking back on a lifetime in the business, Canny says the Raceway's legacy will be the people who work there.
Like a feeling of belonging, a feeling of importance, a place to grow, of memories, all of that. It's just a very, very exciting time in my life. 60 years of harness racing. Couldn't ask for any more.
For the first time since 2019, simulcast wagering for the Kentucky Derby will be available at the raceway starting this weekend. Some are hoping this will encourage more people to come out and experience a place that has seen many memorable moments over the years.
There's been many historic events here at the, we've had Teddy Roosevelt here at the grandstands. They've had hot air balloons. They've had concerts out on the infield. It's a great place. Mass Park's it's a great place. It's a historic part of Bangor.
Harness racing driver Heath Campbell has been coming to the raceway since 1993. With more than 5,500 lifetime wins under his belt and a team of 27 horses that he trains, Campbell spoke about what he's seen in his time at the Bangor Landmark and what keeps him coming back.
It's just in my blood. I don't know nothing else. Well, there's been a lot of changes since I've been here, and all good, you know what I mean? The casino come in, helped us a lot. We got new barns, new paddock. The track's always good. So, no, it's been nice.
The raceway will hold live races bi-weekly on Wednesdays and Sundays. Admission to the grandstand is free, but race programs are sold for $2 each. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 8:21. Let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. The small craft advisory remains posed until about 8 a.m. Friday. Wave heights continue to remain active, courtesy of gusty winds and an area low pressure that continues to develop this morning. River flood warnings remain posted until further notice or so. Water, we got a lot of it recently with the rainfall in the western parts of the state. The water will start to go away rather soon. Otherwise, though, here's the wave heights. They're around 7 feet out there, so still rather active. This is why they're maintaining small craft advisories at least through Friday morning before the winds start to relax. We've had a little bit of precipitation showing up on the radar this morning, tracking from the east going toward the west, a little bit more of an unusual direction this morning, but it happens every now and again. Some rain and possibly a few snowflakes in the northern parts of the state being noted out there this morning. But as we zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, though, here's one area low pressure out towards sea, the other area, though, kind of lingering on land. The good news is this will start to move out of here very soon, as early as tonight, and we'll start to see some sunshine as early as tomorrow. So there is good news on the way. We just need to give it a little while longer. So as for the precipitation today, tracking in from the east going toward the west, mainly just a few scattered rain showers, though. That'll continue in parts of this evening, but notice overnight tonight it starts to taper off, and the clouds break up by about mid-morning. So for the afternoon, a lot of sunshine will be expected, though. So for your Friday, grab the sunglasses. You will need those as early as mid-morning in a good part of the afternoon, and maybe a few passing clouds as we head towards early Saturday morning. Again, as the weather finally looks to improve. So otherwise, though, here's the big idea here. About 1/10 of an inch of rain possible before we're all finished up between now and Friday evening. So finally, things are starting to improve in that department as we start to get the rain to back off. So we're almost done. Just a little while to go yet. And some gusty winds to deal with today as well, getting up to around 20, maybe 25 miles per hour in a few spots today, kind of coming out of the northeast, going toward the south and west. And we'll keep that going again, especially as we head towards Friday morning with a little bit more gusty winds that we'll need to deal with. But otherwise, though, our average high temperature is 62 degrees. Upper 40s on the way for us today. Upper 50s Friday, back in the 60s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Then lower 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. So at least looking pretty warm once we especially hit Saturday and beyond. So we forecast for today, upper 40, some scattered rain showers possible. North wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tonight, lower 40s, rain showers early, then mostly cloudy. North wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, decreasing clouds, becoming partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 50s. North wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So we finally dry out for Cinco de Mayo with a partly cloudy sky. Looking good for the weekend, partly cloudy both days. Highs in the middle to upper 60s. Mid-60s on Monday with a partly cloudy sky.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
Here at the Eddington Store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meats? From hamburger to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington Store, for more than your average convenience store. We look forward to seeing you.
Before and Bath Fitter. Before and Bath Fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bathfitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Nicole specializes in electrolysis, which is the only FDA-proven method for permanent hair removal, from eyebrows to toes and everything in between. Let her take care of your unwanted hair. Call 949-3098 to book an appointment.
Call Me Kat is back with all new episodes.
Does anyone else hear a chorus of angels?
Maya Bialik stars in Call Me Kat tonight on Fox.
Bakers, your challenge is to recreate the mystery desserts using only the clues left behind.
We're ready to crush it. 3 sheet pans. Saltines.
It's a bold choice.
Mine is raw.
I murdered a donut.
That's a crime scene.
Crime Scene Kitchen returns Monday, May 22nd on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. In Atlanta this morning, authorities say they've caught the suspected mass shooter accused of killing one woman and injuring 4 others. The suspect had been on the run for hours after allegedly opening fire inside a medical center before his arrest late last night. ABC's Justin Finch has more.
This morning, the mayor of Atlanta vowing that the now captured mass shooting suspect will face justice.
He will be charged and stand trial for his crimes.
24-year-old Dion Patterson accused of opening fire inside a medical center waiting room just before noon Wednesday.
Supervisor, female shot. She's seriously bleeding. Shot in the side and the back.
39-year-old CDC employee Amy St. Pierre killed. The CDC releasing a statement saying it saddened by St. Pierre's sudden loss. 4 other women ranging in age from 25 to 71 all rushed into emergency treatment for gunshot wounds.
He spent about maybe 2 minutes inside the building where he then exited on foot.
Police then saying its camera network tracked Patterson to a gas station, spotting him stealing a pickup truck left running.
Very shortly, we were joined by the GBI, the FBI, the Secret Service, as well as the United States Marshal Service as we sought to bring this person into custody.
A multi-agency pursuit. Law enforcement trailing Patterson outside Atlanta where he surrendered. In Washington, a Georgia senator demanding gun safety reform.
We behave as if this is normal. It is not normal.
The suspect's mother telling the Associated Press her son was a former Coast Guardsman who was suffering with mental instability from a new medication. She says the Veterans Affairs health system denied Patterson the Ativan he wanted for his anxiety and depression. The Coast Guard confirms Patterson joined the service in 2018 and was discharged in January. The Gun Violence Archive reports Atlanta was the site of one of at least 2 U.S. mass shootings Wednesday. The archive now counts more than 190 mass shootings so far this year.
That was Justin Finch reporting. Meanwhile, a police officer in Virginia narrowly avoids getting hit by a reckless driver. Take a look at this video. Intense dash cam video shows the black BMW careening across the highway at a whopping 120 miles per hour. The car skirts across the median and then rams into the officer's patrol car, narrowly missing the officer. Wow. He was conducting a separate traffic stop at the time. The driver of the car was a 17-year-old charged with reckless driving. 2 teen passengers were also in the car at the time of the crash. No major injuries were reported. Well, we turn now to a mystery at Churchill Downs with the Kentucky Derby this weekend. 4 horses have now died in recent days. ABC's Andrea Fujii with that story.
The longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby.
Just 2 days before the Kentucky Derby, concern is growing after multiple horse deaths at Churchill Downs racetrack.
At the quarter pole.
In the last week, 4 horses have died. Officials say 2 of those horses, trained by Saffie Joseph Jr., collapsed for no apparent reason. One after a race on Tuesday, the other on Saturday. Saffie says blood work showed nothing out of the ordinary.
It's different to a horse getting hurt and getting injured. That's something that you could say, well, misfortune. I run 4,000, almost 4,000 horses, and it never happened like that. So it doesn't make sense.
2 other horses, including Wild on Ice, who was entered in Saturday's race, suffered musculoskeletal injuries sustained while racing or training and had to be euthanized. Veterinarians say these deaths are cause for worry.
Am I concerned that 4 horses are dead? 100%. No, you'd be silly not to be concerned about that. It bothers me.
Churchill Downs says it's working with regulators to investigate, and while a series of events like this is highly unusual, it is completely unacceptable. We take this very seriously and acknowledge that these troubling incidents are alarming and must be addressed. Back in 2019, 42 horses died at Santa Anita Park in California. The racetrack closed for several weeks to make safety improvements, including more veterinary care, new training protocols, and better track maintenance. In this case, experts say it's not yet clear what happened since the horses died in different ways.
It's hard to make specific conclusions just because they happen close together.
Churchill Downs says the horses will receive necropsies. Results could take weeks.
That was Andrew Fujii reporting. Well, still to come here on the second half of our broadcast, we'll have all the latest entertainment news out of Hollywood. Don't go away. More Good Morning Maine right after this.
Electrify Maine is Maine's #1 electrical contractor, providing outstanding electrical services to businesses, industries, and homes throughout the state. Electrify Maine also sells and installs heat pumps and is a licensed Generac dealer. Call us today for a free estimate.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Electrify Maine is Maine's #1 electrical contractor, providing outstanding electrical services to businesses, industries, and homes throughout the state. Electrify Maine also sells and installs heat pumps and is a licensed Generac dealer. Call us today for a free estimate.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Well, today is Thursday, May 4th, 2023. It's also National Star Wars Day. The 1977 release of Star Wars changed Hollywood forever, and people are still enthralled with the franchise all these years later. And no one thought it would be a success. George Lucas made that first film for a meager $9.5 million at a time when science fiction movies weren't very popular. But don't be surprised if someone says to you today, May the 4th be with you. On this day in history, back in 1715, a French manufacturer debuted the first folding umbrella. In 1959, the first Grammy Awards were handed out to members of the music industry, including Ella Fitzgerald and Frank Sinatra, who were big winners that year. In 1961, the first group of freedom riders left Washington, D.C. to challenge racial segregation on the interstate bus system. And finally, in 1970, 4 students were killed and 9 others wounded when National Guardsmen opened fire on war protesters at Kent State University. Today's birthdays include country singer Randy Travis, who is 64 years old today. Comedian Anna Gasteyer from Saturday Night Live is 56 years old. Sports reporter Aaron Andrews, who was born in Lewiston, Maine, is now 45. And singer Lance Bass from NSYNC is 44 years old. Happy birthday to all of them. Well, it's not a great day if you're having a birthday today. I guess any day's a good day, right? But it is going to be a little bit on the wet side, as we've seen all week long. Good news is the sun is expected to return tomorrow, at least some of it anyway. Let's check in with Devin for more on our forecast.
All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. We have a small cloud advisory that's been extended till about 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday, as wave heights along the coast continue to remain active with our area low pressure that continues to roll through this morning. Also, a few river flood warnings remaining posted until about further notice or so because of the watery recede from the recent rainfall. We've had a little bit of precipitation that's been developing after this morning. Some rain, possibly even a few snowflakes showing up on the radar this morning as well. We'll be watching for a few more rain showers again as the day progresses on, though. This is our last day of of rain. We will have a little bit late or for the early period tonight. Then later on, things will begin to improve. We have this area low pressure right down here, continuing to track from the west going toward the east. It's pulling in some moisture from the northeast going toward the south and west. A little bit of an unusual direction, no, but it happens every now and again. We'll be watching for some of that moving in today and a little bit tonight before it starts to back off by tomorrow. So here's the chances for rain today, moving from the east going toward the west, but the clouds will start to break up as we head towards tomorrow. So by about mid-morning tomorrow, we'll start seeing those clouds break up and revealing plenty of sunshine. We'll have some wind to deal with today, getting up to around 10 to 15 miles per hour at times, sustained with some gusts up to 25 miles per hour, and a few spots will slowly start to taper off a bit as we head towards your Friday. So your forecast for today, upper 40, some scattered rain showers possible. Also a little breezy out there, north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers possible. Temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. As thousands of Writers Guild of America members strike over more compensation and residuals for streaming content, another sticking point is concerns producers will turn to AI to write scripts. Critics say the fast-advancing tech could have lasting ramifications for the industry. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris is scheduled to meet with tech CEOs today. Carolyn Shively has more from Washington.
As the Writers Guild of America goes on strike for the first time in 15 years, the biggest threat may not be from scabs crossing the picket line, but from artificial intelligence writing the scripts.
This is the first major job action and negotiation that is about the use of artificial intelligence in the workplace.
More than 11,000 writers for film and TV are out on strike. AI potentially replacing writers is just one part of the dispute. The rest is about pay in the era of streaming video. The association representing studios said it has offered generous increases in compensation, but writers say the studios are earning billions and not passing it on to workers.
All we're asking for is a reasonable cut of that so that our members can pay their rent, buy a house, raise a family, save for retirement. Pretty normal stuff.
Several late-night talk show hosts showed their support for writers ahead of the strike and are now in reruns.
Without these people, this show would be called The Late Show with a guy rambling about the Lord of the Rings and boats for an hour.
While Hollywood wrestles with the issue of AI replacing workers, computer scientists are sounding a much bigger alarm.
I want to sort of blow the whistle and say we should worry seriously about how we stop these things getting control over us.
On Thursday, Vice President Kamala Harris will meet with CEOs of leading AI companies with the goal of driving ethical innovation.
When we come back, Ryan Sudol will have all the day's sports news. We'll also meet this week's Pet of the Week, a very cute little doggy. Don't go away.
Up in Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up in Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
Mom and Dad, you must be so proud.
We're proud of all of our children.
She has to say that.
Oh, you can't run away from me forever.
Just a heads up, this is my good side.
Yeah.
Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga.
Ah! Are you trying to kill me?
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Up in Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up in Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
We're coming up there. See you never.
Gordon Ramsay does not do losing.
Hurry up.
We on Next Level Chef, baby.
Next Level Chef, tonight on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start up in Orono. Maine baseball wraps up their super successful regular season this weekend, and one of their regulars this season couldn't even finish last year's. Take a look.
We never pull off. It's balls to the wall always, and we want to win everything, no matter what.
Maine baseball has done quite the job of doing that. They've won every conference series this year and are on the cusp of notching the 1 seed in the America East tournament.
Our goals haven't changed from day one. It's to win series. If we go out and win series and just do what we've set out for, then we'll be fine.
And one of the biggest parts of their run this year is one who missed out on most of last year's. Junior shortstop Jake Reynes.
Being able to, embrace that again and sort of get into character and really play the game is something I missed a lot.
After missing the last month and a half of last season with a broken finger, Reynes leads the America East with 29 runs in conference play and has 30 stolen bases.
The 1 through 9 accumulation has really allowed him to play his game. Understanding that 1 through 9 we can get the job done has allowed him to kind of just play more freely.
He's tough, he's very intelligent, he's a fantastic athlete, and he has the ability to take over games, which he's finally doing.
Reynes accredits this to the angles he got to look at the game from while hurt. For one, he got a chance to be on the call for some radio broadcasts.
One of the weekends I got hurt, thought it would be fun to do sort of player's perspective from the booth, and he told me to come back next week and the week after that.
Besides honing his mic skills, Reynes says it was a good way to learn the game, even though he was the expert.
Teaching someone else something is the best way to learn, and it let me learn, just from talking out loud to him. The more perspectives that you're allowed to have, the better it is.
And for this weekend's final series against UMBC, a perspective he has is giving him an incentive to kick it up a notch. And it hits home.
The UMBC baseball team in our conference, but that's a personal one for me. My sister went there, so I got to let her know every time we play them that we got to beat up on them. So, yeah.
Okay, let's stay on the diamond and in Orono for some high school action. The Red Riots hosted Dexter on Wednesday as both teams are looking for bounce-back wins. Both teams also sitting at 1-3 heading into this game. Top 1-0 Dexter with a runner on second and 1 out. Ellis Spalding strikes out 1 batter, and then Jack Brewer on a ground out over to Adam Sherman for the out at first. Riots escape without another run. Okay, bottom 2, Orono's Andrew Bartlett with a slapper to Chase Farnsworth. Gets it to Bryce Connor for the force out at second, but Sherman scores. We are tied at 1. Top 3 now. Connor going to try and score a steal here, but Noah Schaff hurls it to Kason Bagley. Got him just in time. Finally, bottom 3, runners on second and third. Sal Wise rips one right to Connor. Great stop there to prevent the extra run, but Brewer scores to make it 2-1 Orono. They would hang on and win it 8-5. Now for some more baseball, the nightcap at Husson as MCI visits John Bapps. Bottom 1, Bapps' Caleb Robbins at the dish. He nails a base hit to left center. Aiden Dunn scores. It's 2-0 Crusaders. Same inning. It's Noah Farragher Houghton's turn. Base hit just gets over the shortstop's glove. In comes Dylan Sawyer. 4-0. To the top of the 4th, Braden Kennedy of MCI going to try and steal third. Catcher's throw is off. He's going to try and get home. Nice heads-up base running. Here comes the throw to the plate. Just out of time. It's 4-1. Bottom 4 now. It's John Bapst, John Pangburn. He rolls one through the gap. Farragher Houghton scores. Bapst adds to their lead. They would end up holding on. Crusaders win it 9-2. Okay, let's go to the hardwood where on Wednesday, Brewer High School made 2 huge announcements. 2 new head coaches for their varsity basketball programs. Starting with the boys, veteran head coach Carl Parker was hired, replacing Coach Ben Goodwin. Parker's most recent head coaching job was at Bangor from 2015 to 2018, and he has served as Old Town's JV head coach the last 3 seasons. AD Dave Utterback says Parker's very familiar with the Brewer program through his grandson, Brock Flagg, and the younger kids on the team he's coached in AAU. On the girls' side, Tana Ross gets the head coaching job, replacing Chad Labrie after 1 season. Ross was the head coach of the Witches JV team this past winter. She's also a 2007 graduate of Hamden Academy and played women's basketball at UMaine. Utterback believes she's a perfect fit as she has walked in all of her players' shoes and as she will build a connection to the girls of Brewer as a gym teacher at Brewer Community. And finally to the NBA and the Celtics. On Monday night, the Celtics lost a heartbreaker to the Sixers in Game 1 of the conference semis. Wednesday, they tried to knot things up in Game 2. Here we go. First quarter, Jason Tatum with it against the MVP Joel Embiid. Gets to the rim, count it, and 1. Celtics up 6 after 1. Second quarter, Jaylen Brown tries to get up for the slam here, but Embiid says, that's why he's the MVP right there. But later in the quarter, Marcus Smart going to get a block of his own on George Niang here. Bringing it down the floor, behind the back, Al Horford, Derek White for the corner 3. Nails it. Celtics up 9 at the half. Third quarter. This just shows how on fire the Celtics were from deep. Here's Malcolm Brogdon for 3. He was 6 of 10 on the night from range. And then on the other end, James Harden blocked by White. Grant Williams is going to bring it down and hit a 3 of his own. The Celtics win 121-87. Series tied at 1. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
I used to pre-rinse dishes because my old detergent didn't actually get them clean. But new Cascade Platinum Plus has me doing dishes differently.
Scrub, soak, nope. I just scrape, load, and I'm done.
Only Platinum Plus is bigger, with double the Dawn grease fighting power and double the scrubbing power. So you can load this and get this. I'm not the type to break the dish rules. Or am I? Scrape, load, done. New Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
On the next Last Man Standing, Eve makes Mandy her muse.
The assignment was to take pictures of somebody at work.
Okay.
I took pictures of Mandy.
But it's a photo fail.
She took pictures of Basement Mandy. No one's supposed to see Basement Mandy. That's why she's in the basement.
Now, Mandy wants a do-over.
They really capture how two-dimensional you are.
Thank you.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, it's time for our favorite time of the week. It's time for our Pet of the Week segment. And Catherine from Bangor Humane Society has been kind enough to join us again and brought a very sweet girl in with you.
Yes.
Who do you have here?
Oh, so this is Della.
Hi,
Della is one of our Georgia peaches. So she came in on a transport from Georgia about 3.5 or so weeks ago. And
I got my first kiss from her.
No, she is just a
Very
perfect
good.
girl. Her temperament is a little bit timid, but she's only 1.5 years, and you can see how chill she is, just kind of hanging out.
She's a big goofy girl.
She is, and she really had to be encouraged to get up on the couch with us. And
Yeah. Well, when she first got here, you could tell that she was a little bit timid, but look at her now. Now she's like, okay, give me some more.
Yeah, she's
So,
super happy. Yeah, that tail is tucked. The ears are back. I was just saying to you that it'll be be nice when she gets settled and we can see those ears come up, because
Right.
they're awful cute.
Yeah. Who would she be perfect for? Just about anybody, it seems.
I really think so, yeah. She has a good history with other dogs. She actually arrived here with a kennel mate named Janie, who is also at the shelter. They're not exactly bonded, although we would let them go home together happily.
Right.
Janie's personality is a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
She has a lot to say.
Good way to put it.
Yes, yes. So I think that that Della has been happy to let Janie sort of do the talking for both of them for a while. But they have been kenneled separately for the last week and a half, and they're doing fine.
Yeah.
So it would be fine for them to go home separately. But yeah, literally anyone. We don't know how she is with cats. There could be a tendency to chase. Hard to know. And we think kids are probably fine just so long as there's supervision, because she looks chill, but she's still a baby, and once she gets comfortable, she'll be as much of a cannonball as any other dog. So
you can see her true nature, though. It's just very loving, and she likes the attention. Oh, I just love this doggy.
Yeah.
She's great.
She is. She's a sweetheart. She definitely was reticent about getting in the car. I had to pick her up and put her in the car.
Yeah.
And that's not unusual for shelter dogs, honestly. It's just something new.
Yeah.
But once she was in the car and the door was closed, she was still happy to take treats from me, which is not always the case. And she moved around freely in the back seat, looking out the windows and stuff. So I think she'll transition very nicely to a good hiking dog, riding dog. Yeah.
And she's not too big either, not too small, so like just that perfect size.
She really is, yeah.
And you've got a lot of dogs there right now. So she's one of many. So
yeah, she is. We've got, here she's starting to get playful. We have got 24 dogs that are actively available for adoption. And there's more than that in the building, but at least 24 who are available. We've got some long-timers who are excellent dogs, wonderful temperaments. They just need to go home by themselves.
Right.
But we've also got a lot of these Georgia dogs who have been vetted to be family dogs, to be around other dogs.
They're ready to go.
They are. They're ready. Yeah, come find us. And if you have other dogs, as always, please bring your dog with you so that we can do a dog-to-dog visit. We've got
I just
so
kind of
many.
laid back when you were here.
Exactly. We've got a lot of perfect dogs, but sometimes the family dog isn't a fan of a new dog. So we just want to set everyone up for success.
Got to figure it out.
Yes.
In the meantime, the Humane Society could always use some help. They always need donations of blankets, that kind of thing, especially when you have so many critters over there.
It's true. It's true. Canned dog food, canned cat food. The thing I think we could really use right now is dog treats.
Really?
Yeah, we've got milk bones, although we can always use that, but the pepperoni, the jerky, the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think she agrees. She's like, yeah, bring some more
She
pepperoni.
does. Yeah, we gave her a biscuit and she was like, no thanks. But the jerky, she was all over.
Oh, I just love her. She's a sweet girl.
Really
Somebody's going to get really lucky
I
when they
think so.
take her home.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, Catherine, thanks for coming in again. Well, hopefully you get lots of people in there looking for doggies.
So, yeah.
You can just leave her here if you want. You want a hug?
Studio dog.
Yeah, I learned that dogs don't really like hugs. That's right.
All right. They tolerate things from people they love.
You're a very good girl. It's nice. It's nice to meet you. All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Going to send it over to Devin for your forecast.
All right, let's get things rolling. After this morning, the small craft advisory remains posed until about 8 a.m. Friday. Wave heights continue to remain active, courtesy of gusty winds and an area low pressure that continues to develop this morning. River flood warnings remain posted until further notice or so. Water, we got a lot of it recently with the rainfall in the western parts of the state. The water will start to go away rather soon. Otherwise, though, here's the wave heights. They're around 7 feet out there, so still rather active. This is why they're maintaining small craft advisories at least through Friday morning before the winds start to relax. We've had a little bit of precipitation showing up on the radar this morning, tracking from the east going toward the west, a little bit more of an unusual direction this morning, but it happens every now and again. Some rain and possibly a few snowflakes in the northern parts of the state being noted out there this morning. But as we zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, though, here's one area low pressure out towards sea, the other area, though, kind of lingering on land. The good news is this will start to move out of here very soon, as early as tonight, and we'll start to see some sunshine as early as tomorrow. So there is good news on the way. We just need to give it a little while longer. So as for the precipitation today, tracking in from the east going toward the west, west. Mainly just a few scattered rain showers, though. That'll continue in parts of this evening, but notice overnight tonight it starts to taper off, and the clouds break up by about mid-morning. So for the afternoon, a lot of sunshine will be expected, though. So for your Friday, grab the sunglasses. You will need those as early as mid-morning in a good part of the afternoon, and maybe a few passing clouds as we head towards early Saturday morning. Again, as the weather finally looks to improve. So otherwise, though, here's the big idea here. About 1/10 of an inch of rain possible before we're all finished up between now and Friday evening. So finally, things are starting to improve in that department as we start to get the rain to back off. So we're almost done, just a little while to go yet. And some gusty winds to deal with today as well, getting up to around 20, maybe 25 miles per hour in a few spots today, kind of coming out of the northeast, going toward the south and west. And we'll keep that going again, especially as we head towards Friday morning with a little bit more gusty winds that we'll need to deal with. But otherwise, though, our average high temperature is 62 degrees, upper 40s on the way for us today, upper 50s Friday, back in the 60s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, then lower 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. So at least looking pretty warm once we especially hit Saturday and beyond. So we forecast for today, upper 40s, some scattered rain showers possible. North wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tonight, lower 40s, rain showers early, then mostly cloudy. North wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, decreasing clouds, becoming partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 50s. North wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So we finally dry out for Cinco de Mayo with a partly cloudy sky. Looking good for the weekend, partly cloudy both days. Highs in the middle to upper 60s. Mid 60s on Monday with a partly cloudy sky.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
This is Rochelle, who gives you a shot. Rebecca is there when you feel not so hot. This is Larissa, who's feeling blown up. And this here is Winnie, who zhuzhed up their cup. This is Victoria, helping women stay healthy. These are your kids, snacking snacks made with veggies. And Maddie can help you find your new favorite color. And Kyle helps find meds for under $10. Whoever you are, wherever, whenever. At CVS, healthier happens together.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this? What?
Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
Plant scientist.
Botanist.
Yeah! You got it! That's what I'm talking about!
When celebrities
You got sassy.
come to play,
Just because you got your guns out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's all fun and games.
First name Urkel. Steve.
25 words or less.
Beauty mark.
Mole. That's the money, y'all!
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Well, car insurance is getting more expensive thanks to the effects of inflation. Some of the nation's biggest insurers say rising claims have negatively affected their businesses. That's because of increasing pricing for auto parts and longer repairs because of worker shortages. According to the report by the Wall Street Journal, Allstate increased their rates by more than 8% across 28 states this year, while Progressive premium rates rose 13% in 2022 and 4% so far this year. Severe weather also contributed to high catastrophe losses that car insurance companies had to deal with. Now companies like Allstate are facing major losses, down hundreds of millions from the same time around a year ago. Same time this year, I'm trying to say. Well, parents' concern over children's use of Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is growing. In a new survey by the Harris Poll, 50% of American parents believe that social media has caused their children's health to worsen. According to a poll, 95% of today's teenagers say they use social media daily. Children's psychologists say inappropriate social media use can add to existing anxiety and depression for kids. That can be because of inappropriate sharing, upsetting language, and bullying, which happens on those platforms. Those same platforms in Congress are separately introducing new ways to restrict teenagers' excessive use of media. Well, summer is just around the corner, and a favorite activity for many Americans is camping. According to a new report by Campgrounds of America, about 23 million households are planning to go camping on Memorial Day. The report adds, despite economic hardships, 38% of people say they will continue to camp and view the activity as an affordable way to travel.